I just wanted to show my cactuses in bloom. I've never seen these blooms before. It's kind of cool. And of course, she's almost done. These peonies I have. Look at that, I had one odd one. Aren't they beautiful? I have a wire basket there to hold them up. Otherwise they'd be laying on the ground. Here we've got more blooms coming on. It's all over. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful though. Beautiful roses. And we better not forget the snapdragons. Notice they're mixing now because they're coming from seed. And of course that's from seed, but it's a peach color. Come over here and get the white ones. And we're showing we have seedlings coming up. And I mixed them up so I don't know which one's which. This is, I kind of lost one of my snapdragons. Let it get a little dry. Zinnias. Those aren't zinnias. Yeah, those are zinnias. See, I got a new red hot poker coming up. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4. And now that's my 5th one. And here are my poppies. That didn't look too good. I'm trying to close at night. I have a bunch of them coming up, so I hope I have that beautiful red one I had before. These are the flowers that are coming up that Bat sent me. Marigolds, I think. Coming right along. See some blooms coming in. These are all coming and blooming. I had another one of these pop up. Come over here. Forgot about these. These are the 4 o'clocks that are just starting to come up good. Still a test. My rhodio's just about done. That bee in there, getting the last of it. Yeah, he decided there's not enough here to get. Here's my snapdragons. You notice the little yellow throats on them. Then I have the velvety red. And you can see all the older blossoms. Beautiful again. Just checking out my peonies. Aren't they beautiful? And then I got some kind of a decoration someone brought in here. Of course I got my bowling balls. And then this appeared. I I have a feeling it has to do with garden wars. These are my daylilies. Don't know what color they are. I didn't get them planted, but they are in a pot. They're getting ready to bloom. Let's go look at the pear tree. This pear tree usually has about 4 pears. I put grass around it last year and just let it rot in there. I just got a little bit this year. But you can see I've got more than 4 pears, I do believe. They look nice. Look at them pears. All up and down this tree. I meant to cut off all this extra weight on here. I don't even know why it's still up here. But look at all them apples up there. It's absolutely full of apples. Very delicious. So we're going to see, as you can see, it's pretty well rotted. Don't know why it's still up here. But I have a feeling as many apples again this year, it might come down. I don't know. Darn plains. This is my Russian olive. It's got the leaves, but it's not really full. I don't know why. Of course, over here is my Fuji pear. I don't know why we have these spots. But we do have little pears all over it. Oh, I know the spots. Have these little leech-looking things. Notice those are all over my pear or my cherry tree, which are normally on the cherry. I've never seen them on the pear trees before. This is my seedling pawpaw tree. It looks like it's doing really well. Let's go take a look at the other pawpaw tree. This is my other pawpaw tree. It's got good leaves on it. The lower branches didn't seem to make it too well, but I'm happy to see leaves on it. This is my peach tree. Really nice and full of leaves. Very happy with that. Now I'll go show you my dead apple tree. This is my dead apple tree. It's still showing some kind of life, but the leaves aren't coming out. I went ahead and dug up around the tree again and watered the heck out of it. And I'm still watering the tree, always have. It almost shows signs of life, but then you can see how the trunk is sucked in, like it's not getting enough of something. But we'll see what we can do with it. Now let's go over there and look at my sick garden. Here's my wild sunflower that just came up in the yard. If you want to call it a yard. Just dirt that was dug up and spread out and tilled just lightly. Rougher than heck, I need to till it again. Coming over to my garden, or dead in my garden. Our tomato plants aren't doing too bad at all. These don't have tires around them. I'll show you the ones with the tires. That poor pepper plant. We got one in each end of the row, 4 of them. This is my kohlrabi that's barely coming up. I just fertilized them 2 days ago, I think it is, with Miracle Grow. My radishes, they're trying to go to seed. And down below here, they're not making any radishes really. This one looks like it's doing a radish now finally. Then the carrots, I haven't done any weeding inside. I normally don't weed till later on carrots because for some reason they always take forever to come up. But they're not doing too bad finally. And that there was my, we don't know what that was, peppers or something that was supposed to be growing. Nothing grew in this area. Down there we have besides a few weeds, I think there's some kind of a pepper coming up. Can't tell for sure. And then I have my sunflowers that are coming up. They're everything's coming up, but not, or most everything's coming up, but once they come up, they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. You see down there, for some reason, there's some larger ones. And I planted a row of my dad's acorn squash. These are seeds from last year. So I don't know if they're going to be mixed with something else. I have a feeling they are. I gotta come back out here and hoe. But these at this end, for some reason, are getting bigger. And then these are, I forgot, they're a tomato, and I don't remember if they call them the jack-o'-lantern tomatoes or what. They usually have a husk on the outside. On the inside there's a tomato. Oh, these are the acorn squash. And those are the ones Dad planted. They happened to come up finally, so I knew where they were, so I could hoe and water them. This here I planted late, but these are those hot peppers I had. Looks like maybe I got one. And there's a volunteer from last year, a squash. And there's another pepper next to it. But these are the smaller tomatoes. I put tires around them just to check it out. It made the plants pop up there a little bit bigger. And that's the same tomato. And those over there are the same tomato. And then these are the larger tomatoes that, let's see, Cupid was this one. And this one here, can't see it. I don't have my glasses on. I'll get this camera up close to it if it'll focus in on it. But they're doing okay. They could be better, but they're doing okay. It's another brand. But like I say, this is our sick garden. We've watered it. Like I said, I just recently fertilized it to see if that's going to help any. And then here Dad bought some fig plants. They're doing pretty good. That's about 2 foot tall. And here's his other fig. It's about 3 foot tall. It's pretty much what they were. I mean, they're about this tall, and all this is brand new growth for this year. And then this here was Dad's raised strawberry bed, which we dug all the strawberries out, gave them to my sister, and she spread them out among the family. These are getting ready to bloom. They're not even looking good. Hollyhock. This is my hawthorn tree. Stephanie's Mike was talking about a hawthorn where they were camping. And I don't know if there's different varieties or what, but the hawthorns we have got the little leaves. And then they end up with these berries on them after it's bloomed. And inside, you know, gotta be kind of careful with these things. They usually have good thorns. For some reason, I'm not seeing the thorns right at the moment. But I do know when I mow across here, I usually get scratched by them. I usually keep them trimmed back so they don't rip up my legs as I'm driving by on the riding lawnmower. And we keep this brush per se in the fence or whatever. The neighbors don't care about their field. The whole thing's brushy back there, but it's nice to have the brush in the fence. We don't plan on having cattle out here anymore, and this kind of gives us a way to shelter ourselves from everyone seeing inside. Not that we're doing anything bad, but you can see where there's some apples that are growing in here. These are probably just where someone threw a core and then they started growing. Who knows what that is? Like I say, this is just natural brush around here. There's another apple in here, which I know it had apples on it. I don't see them right off. Never tried them to see if they were any good or not. There we have a few apples down here. I should probably try trimming it up a bit next year. Leave it bushy.